last Thursday, Scott Walker had signed 50 bills, and among those 50 bills were about 3 controversial anti-abortion bills, right, or bills that would limit women's reproductive rights. So I wanted to kind of share those bills with you guys. It's really interesting that he did this under the radar, because keep in mind, he signed all these bills right before the holiday weekend. It was on Thursday, and he didn't announce anything about it until midday on Friday. All right, so among the 50 bills is one bill that would basically ban abortion coverage in policies obtained through the health insurance exchange. And that is set to be created under the federal health care reform law starting in 2014. The only exceptions would be in cases of rape, incest, or medical necessity. Okay, so basically make it more difficult for women to have coverage of abortion. If health insurance includes abortion coverage, it'll be banned in the state, okay?
All right, fantastic. Yes, let's take away more reproductive rights from women and do it right before an election. He's got a recall election coming up.
In 2 months,
Yeah, I guess he's feeling cocky and he's feeling very confident and he could take away women's rights left and right. And he thinks, I guess that's going to serve him well in Wisconsin, which is not that conservative a state. So we'll see how that turns out for him. But we got to shed light on it. Otherwise, nobody's going to find out. He doesn't want him to find out, right?
Right.
Now tell me more.
Now, this is, in my opinion, the worst. A woman seeking an abortion must undergo an exam and consult with a doctor alone, away from her friends and family. The doctor must determine whether someone is pressuring the woman into the procedure. Doctors who break the law could be charged with a felony. Now, look, this has nothing to do with someone pressuring a woman to have an abortion, okay? This has everything to do with intimidating a woman, making sure that she has absolutely no support with her when she has to go through this full physical examination. She has to get an ultrasound. The doctor has to show her an image of the ultrasound. Now, bear in mind, there won't be a transvaginal ultrasound in this case, okay? Is he not merciful? But she has to go through this entire procedure with the doctor without any support from family or friends.
They are saying we're trying to protect her from intimidation, when in reality, they're trying to intimidate her.
Exactly.
And to me, it's so super creepy that they're trying to get her alone. It's like what an attacker would do, what a pervert would do. Like, oh, you can't bring anybody, you can't bring your friends and family to protect you. Make sure that you're alone while I try to intimidate you into doing this thing that I want you to do, whatever it might be. I mean, it's stalker, creeper 101.
And finally, teachers in schools that offer sex education must stress abstinence as the only sure way to prevent pregnancy and sexually transmitted diseases. Declares that sex education teachers do not have to address contraception. That's a dramatic shift from current state law, which requires teachers to instruct students on birth control options. So this is a perfect example of how inconsistent he is, and this is something that a lot of Republicans are guilty of, right? You don't want abortion, right? You are pro-life. You want to prevent abortions from happening. Then why don't you educate people on other options to protect themselves from unwanted pregnancy?
It's because they're religious zealots. And they think, no, I don't care what you want. I don't care about your reproductive rights. All I care about is what is my interpretation of my religious text. And it says that you shouldn't have contraception, and that even if you don't have it and you get pregnant, then you got to have the kid. Am I going to support that kid once it's born? Hell no. Scott Walker, he's got any programs for single mothers? No, he's not going to support you at all. But you've got to believe in the same religious text that he does, and he's going to shove it down your throat. And it's another way to control women, too. And by the way, we've shown study after study that says that abstinence-only education does not work. And they keep saying it's the only thing that works. No, here's the only thing that works in preventing human beings from having sex: death. Okay? That's the only real form of contraception that works. If you're dead, you can't have sex anymore. Otherwise, we can't wait to have sex because we're programmed to have it. You can try anything you like, but you're not going to stop that program. You know, ironically, the guy who built that program, if you're religious, is God. Okay? So take it up with him, ironically.
When George Bush was in office, one of the things that he did is he took money away from comprehensive sex education programs, right, and started funding abstinence-only sex education programs within public schools. As a result, unwanted pregnancy rates increased significantly.
Of course!
Right? So, I mean, it's common sense.
All right, so look, if you're a woman in Wisconsin, and you like this, you don't like having rights, you don't like, all this stuff, you like being intimidated and not making your own decisions, but having the government try to force one on you, great, vote for Scott Walker, Okay? But you got an election coming up in 2 months. If you don't like this, well, make sure you show up and throw this bum out of office. What are you going to let him do this to you for, especially in Wisconsin? And I guess to some degree you have to give Scott Walker credit because, you know, normally with an election coming up, you try to moderate your positions and you try to seem reasonable. You try to seem centrist or whatever. And he's thinking, no, man, Mike, forgive the visual here, but balls to the wall, right?
He's a honey badger.
Yeah, he's like, well, he's a Wisconsin badger.
Yeah.
Right? And he's thinking, yeah, I'm going to take away your rights. I took away your rights of the union guys, of the average worker. I'm going to take away the rights of women. This is what I am.